Hi everyone, today we're going to take a look at the LG G5. Now you'll notice on the box that this is the phone that has the modules, the replaceable modules, and I'll open up the box and show you how that looks. So here's the phone itself, very nice looking phone. Let's push this button here and there you go, you can remove the module. This can be replaced with different ones, for instance a camera grip, and to be honest I've not seen much else. The whole idea of these modules doesn't really appeal to me, and so far I haven't seen any that seem worthwhile, but there you go, it does have this modular design where you can swap them out for other add-ons. The battery itself is 2800 mAh, which is a reasonable size, and in my couple of days of testing I found that it lasted more than long enough to get me through the day. This phone actually arrived on Friday afternoon, and then I received a message from LG this morning saying they need the phone back, and it's only Monday today, so I haven't really had much time to mess around with this, and this review or unboxing might be a little bit short because I honestly didn't expect them to want it back so soon. On the back you'll find the power button, which also serves as a fingerprint scanner. So let's turn that on, and while it's booting up we'll look at the accessories. You've got the warranty card and getting started guide. The nice thing about the included charger is that it is fast charge. This can charge your phone at 15 watts. It has varying voltages because it is fast charge, but it's super fast to charge the phone, and we'll test that out later. The included cable is of course USB-C type. The nice thing about C type is that you can plug it in either direction. You can plug it in like this, or you can plug it in the other way, so you never have to fuss around with working out which way around it needs to go in. And then you also get these headphones here. I found the headphones to be quite uncomfortable. I found that they were a very tight fit in my ear. I don't know if you can get replaceable little rubber things, but there's none in the box anyway. The cord itself is fabric coated, which makes it nice and strong. Also means it won't tangle as easily, although by the earbuds you can see it's a normal silicone or rubber type material on the wire. Now they do sound pretty good, but I found them very uncomfortable to wear. The first thing you'll notice is it has the always on clock, which is quite cool. Also has the double tap to wake. Let's put it to sleep. Let's test out the fingerprint scanner. I've already trained it with this finger. Let's try. See, it's pretty quick. Let's try again. A little bit slower that time. Let's try again. It's definitely not the fastest out there to unlock your phone, but it's pretty quick, and the nice thing is you don't have to press it. All you have to do is put your finger on it and it already recognizes that something's happening. So I do like that you don't have to push down on the fingerprint reader. Now on the back here you'll find two cameras. One of them is a 16 megapixel regular camera, the other one is an 8 megapixel super wide angle lens similar to a GoPro. I found it very helpful when shooting videos to have those two different options. On the front we have a regular 8 megapixel front camera. Now one thing I noticed with the cameras is that although they look really good on the screen itself, when you review the saved files, whether it's images or videos, they just don't look as good. Now I assume that's got to do with the codec or the compression or something like that. Now for photos you can save them as RAW, there's no problem, but when you're shooting videos that's a big issue, and I found that the finished files that you copy off and view on your computer just don't have the same quality as what you're looking at on the screen. The frame rate isn't as good, a lot of detail is lost. I just wasn't that impressed with the finished files, to be honest. Another thing I noticed is that when I was shooting video, the first second or two audio was missing in every single video clip, and that was a big frustration because I spent a whole day shooting a vlog using this camera, and then when it came to editing I found out that every single clip was missing audio for the first 1 or 2 seconds, so big disappointment there. Now I mentioned earlier that it comes with this fast charger. Let's test it out and see just how fast it charges the phone. Now I have my USB watt meter here, which will allow us to measure exactly how much power the phone is consuming. So let's plug it in. And let me put the phone to sleep. So you can see right now it's charging at 5 volts and it's only consuming around 1.1 watts. Now it's very normal for this to start slow for the first 5 or 10 seconds because there's a negotiation process between the charger and the phone, but after a few seconds, maybe up to 5 or 10 seconds, it will jump up to a higher rate. So right now you can see it's charging at 15 watts, that's pretty incredible. Around 9 volts, 1.6 amp, 15 watts, very fast. But the problem is, watch what happens when you turn on the phone, for instance if the screen comes on. Watch this here, it's currently at 16, dropped down to 5, so now we're only charging at 5 watts. So if you're actually using the phone while you're charging, it's not going to charge very fast at all. If anything, it's going to charge even slower than every other cell phone out there, because look, when the phone is turned on and I'm doing stuff, it's only consuming around 4.5 watts, or sometimes, look, even as low as 3.5 watts. Hopefully you can see that okay on the camera, 3.5 watts. So if you're actually using the phone at the same time, it charges incredibly slow, but when you put it to sleep, it will eventually jump back up. Let's give it a few seconds. There you go, 15 watts. So yes, it does charge incredibly fast, and yes, it is compatible with Qualcomm Quick Charge 2.0 and 3.0, but it charges incredibly slow if you're using the phone at the same time. Now it does support OTG and powering different USB devices. So here I've got this USB LED strip. This consumes 5 watts. Let's plug it in using this little USB-C type adapter. And there you go. It's now come on. A very bright LED strip consuming 5 watts, and the phone has no problem running that at all. How much power can you draw out of this? I have no idea, but let's find out. I have a USB watt meter here and a dummy load. Let's plug it in and see just how much power we can actually draw out of this USB port at the bottom. Okay, so hopefully you can see the watt meter. Let's turn up the dummy load. And we're currently drawing around, oops, so it cut off there at 1 amp. Let's try again. It's nice that it has protection against overcurrent. So let's see, 0.5 amp, no problem, seems stable, let's keep going. 0.7 amp, 3.6 watts, seems okay, let's keep going. 0.9 amp, 4.5 watts, let's keep going, I'll go gradually. Oops, there you go. So around 0.95 amp, it turns off to protect itself, I guess. So that's the total amount of power you can draw out of the USB-C type port at the bottom. As for the screen itself, it's absolutely amazing. It's 5.3 inches and it's got the 1440 by 2560 pixel resolution, and that looks absolutely stunning. And when you use it in a VR headset, it really does make the difference having that higher resolution. Now chances are you already know the hardware specs of this phone, but if you don't, it's got 4GB of RAM and the Snapdragon 820, and I'll put more information of the hardware specs in the video description down below. In general use, I found it to be, very fast and snappy. Whether I'm playing games, streaming videos, no matter what I'm doing, it really hasn't given me any issues. It works well. There are a few issues with the camera, like I said, missing audio and video files, but generally it's really a great phone. I would be happy to use it as an everyday phone, provided of course they fix that video issue. The only thing is it the best phone for the money? Well, maybe not. I think there are other phones out there which are better than this and cost the same price. If you're a big fan of LG and you like the idea of the modular design, then maybe this is a phone for you. And you certainly wouldn't be disappointed with this phone, but I don't think it's the best phone you can get for the money. So like I said, this has just been a quick unboxing and review because I do have to give this back. But if you enjoyed the video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for watching.